Hello, good morning my friend, welcome back with me. So today I'm going to finish my final project from Miss Siryadi. But before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Dewi. I'm from class A1 Denpasar. So let's follow me to check my video. Thank you. Hello, good morning student. How are you today? Great. I hope you always happy and healthy stay at home. So today we are going to talking about pragmatism educational philosophy. For today we have 5 topics here. There are definition of pragmatism, form of pragmatism, principle of pragmatism, merit of pragmatism, and for the last one, aspect of pragmatism. So always remember, when you get a important point, you must make a small note. Pragmatism. Philosophy of pragmatism is mainly an American concept which came into prominence after 1850. The word pragmatism is derived from a Greek word pragma, which means to do, to make, and to accomplish. Pragmatism, also known as practical philosophy and utilitarian philosophy. Exponent of pragmatism: C.B. Peer, William James, John Dewey, Kilpatrick, and others. So for the first one, we are talking about definition. Pragmatism offers us a theory of meaning, a theory of truth knowledge, and a theory of reality. Theory that the intelligent function is not to know, to find, but to know, to act. And then, form of pragmatism. There are humanistic pragmatism, experimental pragmatism, and biological pragmatism. Humanist pragmatism. Those things or principles are true which satisfy the need, requirement, aspiration, and objective of human being and cater the welfare of humankind. And then biological pragmatism. Power of capacity of a human being, valuable and important, which enable him to adjust with the environment or which make him able to change his environment according to his need and requirement. And then experimental pragmatism. According to this ideology, that thing or principle is true which can be verified as a true by experiment, and you can see at the picture. And then principle of pragmatism. There are experience is the central idea in pragmatism. There are no absolute values on life. Action is real and ideas are tools. Man is an active being. Man has the ability to solve his problem. Utilitarian aspect is supreme. Past has a little value. And the last one, present and future are more important. And the next, pragmatism in education. Education is based on philosophy and science. It emphasizes experiment and practice. Child is the focal point of all education activity, and then it obsesses book learning, and then only sociability is emphasized, and then it is a progressive, dynamic, and changeable ideology. So for the next material, pragmatism and aim of education. Aim of education are not predetermined, and then educational aim change according to time, places, and circumstance. And then aim of education are not final fixed. Then education should provide more and more purposeful experience. And then creation of new values. And for the last one, social adjustment and harmonious development. So, pragmatism and curriculum. Principle of utility. The school must provide the experience that is useful for the student. Principle of nature interest. It should be based on the natural instinct of the student. The first one, interest in conversation. The second one, interest in investigation. The third one, interest in construction. And for the last one, interest in creative expression. And then, principle of grade curriculum. The curriculum should consider the stage of child development. And then, method of teaching. We have two methods here. There are learning by doing. All learning must come as a byproduct of action and never as something learned directly for its own sake. The pragmatic teacher suggests a few problems, indicates the line or activity, and allows the child to experiment. And the second method, the project method. It is a direct outcome of a pragmatic philosophy. And then you can see some method of learning. The first one, pragmatism and discipline. The second one, pragmatism and the teacher. The third one, pragmatism and the student. And for the last one, pragmatism and school. In the pragmatism and discipline, we saw pragmatism holds that discipline should be social, touch-free, purposeful, and cooperative activities. For the pragmatism and the teacher as a helper and a guide. In the pragmatism and the student, the child is creative and constructive by nature. And then in pragmatism and school, the progressive school classroom is one in which students assume more responsibility, initiative for their own learning. And then such activities create values like interactive, self-reflection, tolerance, and sympathy. And then the teacher assumes the role of an arranger of experience, or he is a facilitator or stage setter. And then he is not a passive listener but an active participant in the educative process. And for the last one, they are actively engaged in learning activities such as conducting their own science experiment. And then merit of pragmatism. There are merit of pragmatism such as importance of child, emphasis of activity, then faith in applied life, infusion of new life in education, social and democratic education, and then progressive and optimist attitude, and the last one, construction of project method. And then axiology of pragmatism. Values are not real existent. Values change according to different in time and space. Man create values by modifying environment. And then metaphysic pragmatism. There is no ultimate reality. Reality is not one but many. Reality is never changing. And then epistemology of pragmatism. The ultimate knowledge is the knowledge that works, not spiritual or ultimate value. So, conclusion. It keeps the student close to their experience. It has promoted the value of experimentation in educational practice. The project method of learning is the most important contribution of pragmatism to educational practice. So, thank you so much for your attention. If you have any question, you can raise your hand.